Okay, look, if you're molding because you saw the thumbnail, okay, let me tell you, you've been rage baited, okay? Yes, that's not the real tier list, okay? I was doing a bit of trolling. I saw Willy on COD Discord going crazy about the thumbnail and about the tier list, and I thought myself, why not troll a bit? Why not put the most horrible tier list you could imagine ever and see people lose their shit? Because I'm a bit of a troll myself, so yeah. But now for real, the real tier list will start now. Okay, here we have the tier list. I'm gonna delete the S tier. I'm gonna delete the C and the F tier. Okay, so we're gonna use these 4 tiers. I'm gonna start with Cavalry. I think it's fair that I start with where I like if I consider myself something is main Cavalry player. Okay, but I consider myself to infantry on the other account. But if I had to choose only to play with one troop type, it'd be Cavalry. Okay, I really like the playstyle. Yeah, it will be Cavalry. So let's check. Keep in mind, I may put something here that then I decide to change based on how the tier list towards the end ends up being, okay? Because maybe I put something on A and then I come up with another commander and say like, maybe this one is actually better, not as good to be an S, so I drop the other one to B, okay? Stuff like this may happen. So first one, Lieh-Shan. For now I'm gonna rank him on A. So this commander is neither great, neither bad. Like, his kit is overall good, but it doesn't have like the synergy with the pet, so it's not like a mandatory pet like Emery's or Neya, or Urak. Like those heroes are actually the ones that the pet is made for. So, I mean, he gives rage, small AoE damage, well, 1.5k, but it's only 2 targets, I think. Let me check. So if we check Lieh-Shan, is it 3 or is it 2? Okay, so it's 2, so the target and 1 extra legion, okay, and you get rage accumulation speed, you get 20%, 30% stats, no march speed, that sucks a bit. Now this skill is only 30% hero skill damage bonus. This is not really that great, because if you check, for example, an epic commander like Alistair, if you check the tier skill, this already gives 30% HP, plus 30% rage accumulation speed. So, I mean, of course, the other one, if you drop below 50%, you don't get the buff. But this one is pure 30% hero skill damage, so it's not that crazy. Here is the garrison skill, ignore it. And then, well, you ignore 30% of the enemy attack for 3 seconds, which is kinda nice, to be honest, but not critical. So because he doesn't have any specific synergy and he's overall good, I'm gonna rank him for now on A. I think he's a commander you wanna work on. You probably don't wanna go for the expertise unless you plan on garrison with him, because then you can go, like mine right now is 551. You can make him 5551. You have almost the most amount of value of the hero, and you're saving yourself 310 heads. So the fact that you can spend half the amount of heads and get like almost all the value from the commander makes it a solid A pick for me. Moroc. Moroc I'm gonna rank for now a B. He might drop to D. The issue with Moroc is the unpredictability. Like, you cannot predict really what the main skill are gonna do. So if, for example, compare him with Fondil for the debuffs on the pet and the Feedrake, but then again, if he decides to proc skill damage, then you don't get the debuffs. Like, like, he's not bad, but that RNG on the first skill makes it not like a solid, consistent pick. Neya. Where do we want to put Neya? So Neya, for now, I'm gonna put her at A, but I'm debating whether I want to put her in S or not. Or maybe I actually should have not deleted the S tier. Because I do believe she's stronger than Lieh-Shan. Apart from stronger, she gives like utility in terms of invisibility, has the synergy with the pet, has insane rage cycle with a 50 rage per turn for 5 seconds that you get from the main skill. HP bypass helps increasing the damage. Yeah, she probably should be between the S plus and the A tier, but for now I'm gonna rank her as the best A tier. Bahorn I'm gonna rank at D. You can use it with caps, not really that great, to be honest. Like, the issue with Bahorn is a jack of all trades, and the issue is he can be used in so many places that he excels on no one. I don't really feel he's that great. Yes, AoE is kinda nice, but you lose some of the buffs if you're not using the Eagles. If you're using the Eagles, then that's a whole nother topic, because those units are inferior to the regular caps. So for now, Bahorn I'm gonna rank at D. Mushang. I'm gonna rank her at A. So I know many people prefer to use Fondil Mushang over Fondil Theodore. Now I gotta say, after the buff on Fondil's 4th skill, I don't know why, but when I check reports of a Fondil Theodore, even against like Bakshi Emeries, Theodore is the hero that is dealing the highest amount of skill damage in those marches. And I'm not sure why, like, I don't know what happens. He doesn't have, like, his skill damage is 1.5. He himself applied the HP debuff, so it means, like, unless the debuff applies before the damage is registered, so the damage benefits from the 30% HP reduction, and then you get, like, every single time now you charge, you get the full stacks of the 4th skill, which increases damage at the base value by 20% and upwards of 60%. Like, it's really strong. But yeah, right now, I do believe I prefer Fondil Theodore than Fondil Mu. So Mu's gonna sit in A. She's really solid, can be used with several other commanders for Cavalry, but I think the buff on Theodore kinda dethroned her a bit. Tobin. I'm gonna keep... Okay, Tobin for now, I'm gonna place it at B. The issue I have with Tobin... Like, I don't know, I look at his kit and I'm like, that's fucking good. But then when I start comparing the hero to other heroes, I'm like, maybe it's not actually that good. So let me show you in game. So my... Whoa, this froze. Okay, so I have my Tobin here, okay. Main skill. 1.6 skill damage factor, non-AoE, and range damage taken less 30%. So this skill is really good, to be honest. You have a really high skill damage factor, and you reduce the damage taken from range for 5 seconds. So this is a solid W. But now we start with the problems with this hero. First of all, this is rally skill, okay, so it's useless for open field. That already makes it a 3 hero skill for open field, okay. Another skill. Lieh-Shan Cavalry units gains 5 HP and 4% attack. This combination might be the best one in terms of stats for Cavalry, attack and HP. So this is a really big W, okay? 20% HP, I mean, I probably prefer it if it was the other way, but it's still fine. Now 4th skill. Deals 5% more rage skill damage to enemy legions in front of the legion, and 4% more counterattack damage to the legions behind the legion. Hero skill damage bonus 20%. This is not huge. Again, I've showcased it. Alistair on the 4th skill, an epic hero already outweighs that amount of hero skill damage bonus. Same goes with Lieh-Shan, it's 30% here. And the issue you have here is the counterattack, I don't care. Cavalry doesn't really deal that much counterattack damage, like it deals some because their base attack value is really high, so that helps with the counterattack, but it's not like Gorsh Koval or anything like that, okay? And so, yeah, this part of the counterattack, I don't really care. The hero skill damage bonus is not that huge. 4th one, I think this is really good if you manage to awaken Tobin, because when you deal rage skill damage, the legion deals 20% more damage when targeted ranged legions. When targeting melee legions, the hero legion takes 15% less damage for 5 seconds. Now, I think this is really good. The issue with this hero is you need to get to the awakening. I feel like you really need to go with the awakening. That means investing on a rally skill. If you're not rally elite, I mean, it is wherever. I think for the meantime, you can kind of replace him with Alistair, okay? Like, yes, I do believe Tobin Awaken is going to be better than Alistair. And Touch, one of the Cav main players, he actually told me he regretted invested in Tobin. Maybe I'm a bit biased by that, but he kind of told me that. But yeah, like, Awaken Tobin should, for real, like, the kit is really good. But I do believe you really need the Awakening skill, and for that you need to bypass the Rally skill, which kinda sucks. I'm gonna bump him 1 tier. Yeah, I think it's not fair for him to be lower than Lieh-Shan or Neya, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put him here. Maybe even yeah, I think maybe like this. Maybe even in front of Lieh-Shan. This, I gotta say, like, I really like the first skill. 1.6k damage factor is huge. Range damage taken reduction is huge. 20% hero skill damage bonus is on the lower end, but still is substantial. The counterattack, I feel, is kind of a waste. 20% HP is huge, because, like, yeah, I think, and for now I'm gonna place it like this. Okay, we got to the best cavalry hero in the game. Moroc, and I gotta say, I'm not sure why. Okay, I'm not sure why this hero is so good, because when I see his kit, I see like, okay, tons of damage, but that's pretty much about it. And maybe that's why it's so strong, because it's just raw damage. Like, I'm gonna place Emery's again. Yeah, maybe that's actually the thing. Heroes that are really focused on just dealing damage tend to just perform that better. So Moroc, AoE damage, like all damage dealt in the second skill, damage reduction on the second skill when you're mobbing, then you get march speed and attack, and then you get a small amount of, yeah. This fourth skill, I gotta say on Moroc, I'm not like huge fan, so 10% HP by pass, I mean, it's decent, but it's not crazy, and some extra rich accumulation speed, that's nice. The awakening skill is good, it's 100 more damage factor, and you increase the AoE value by 100. Like, again, I see, like, look, 10% damage taker reduction, 10% damage dealt bonus depending on the situation. I see this kit and all I see is damage, okay? It is all I see, but yet, maybe, yeah, it's weird. Heroes, Emery's is the same. You check Emery's and it's 1.5k damage, rich accumulation speed, 30% attack, 10% march speed, more damage dealt bonus. Maybe it's the damage dealt bonus, actually, that buffs so much the marches. This is the thing that they have kind of in common, okay? These two heroes, S tier, I think it's kind of perfect. You join the game, you invest fully on Emery's, you awaken him like he did, and then you kind of focus on getting some of your marches 5551, because that's probably the best. Like 5551 marches is probably the most optimal one, so you're not using a lot of heads and you're getting most of the heroes, and then you focus on awakening Moroc. But yeah, solid pick. Those two, my two S tiers. I'm gonna be debating about another cap hero, whether he'd probably, yeah, I need to fix this. I need to put the S tier back. Okay, so here we have, I added the S tier here. So for now, I'd say like this, maybe Tobin even S tier, to be honest. Like, Tobin kit is really good. The issue is you need huge investments of heads to maximize it. So yeah, I'm gonna decide this later on, but it's either gonna be A top or S tier. For now, I'm gonna leave him at the A tier. What other heroes do we have here? Things like Moroc or stuff like this, I don't think I'm gonna rank. Like Moroc, Kuma, you can kinda use with Cavalry for the debuff, but they are not per se Cavalry marches, so I think I'm gonna stay away from that. Theodore. After the buff, I'm gonna put Theodore on A above Mushang for the reasons I explained. The HP debuff, the issue is people are not maximizing this debuff. So when people are, like, I have no problem using spitzing, I use it myself. What you need to micro is how your marches connect with the enemy. If you grab your Fondil Theodore, you make it connect first, you apply the HP debuff, and then you send your other 4 cap marches. Every single cap marcher that is hitting after that is gonna benefit from the 30% HP reduction. The issue is if you're sending all together, all your commanders are gonna cast, then your deputies, and then who's left to benefit from the 30% HP debuff? No one. Only auto attacks and pet damage. But I think he's a solid A. After the buff, I prefer Fondil Theodore than Fondil Mushang right now. And I have a Mushang with a 4th skill, which is the damage bonus max. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this. Now Fondil, I gotta keep in mind he got buffed. So Fondil for me is a hero that I really don't like that much. One, it forces a weird playstyle with Cavalry, which is the debuff control talent 3. The second skill for me is not good. Like 10% defense penetration only, that doesn't sound to me like worth my heads, to be honest. Then it forces, like, again, like you use it for the commander, damage dealt, march speed bonus. Fourth one, I mean, you're permanently having the 40% attack bonus increase because like it lasts for like 20 seconds. Like, come on, like, you know, the cavalry fights are shorter than that. It had this lowest skill damage factor for a long time. Now it kind of changed, so they added this part and deals extra physical damage for each enemy legion near the target. Legion damage factor 100 up to 500. So you could be looking at the 1.7k damage factor. Applies cowardice. If this was counter attack, that'd be amazing. But because it's normal attack, I feel it's not as good. The main reason I see this is when you're 5 hitting a target with your cavalry marches, like disabling the counterattack from the enemy really will help with your reports even being better. But normal attack only affects one march, which is the first march to connect, or the one that your enemy targeted. So, whatever. The awakening kinda crucial to buff your pet. This pet works with debuffs. If it's the same debuff, even if it overrides it, it still counts as a stack. So you can do one the awakening to maximize your pet damage. But again, like the second skill, not a huge fan. This pretty much gives you no stats. It's just pretty much 20% march speed and 10% damage dealt bonus. Here you get some attack, which is nice, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. Where's my Fondil? Like, I know some people are really into Fondil. Like, maybe I'm undervaluing the synergy with the pet, to be honest. Like, even his artifact is not that great, okay? Like, you can, like the storm, I don't know the name, the storm peak, I think it's called, the artifact. It creates a clone. You can exploit it for merits, but the artifact itself, I don't think it's like that crucial. One of the issues I have with that artifact is that at least when someone uses it on me, my marches will, like, they will still be locked on the important march, like the real one. So it's like, it's not even like making me switch targets or target the clone or anything like that. But yeah, for now this might change Fondil, maybe, we'll see. Now, next one. Here I might be shit on, okay, but I'm gonna rank in as the top S hero. I'm gonna show it in game wide. So for a long time, I kind of avoided focusing on Bakshi. The main reason is the second one. Now I have this, but you have the peacekeeping damage. So I was like, if I invest heads in this, it's kind of like getting wasted because I don't really care about that. The main reason I'm ranking this hero in S is because how universal this hero will be for the long term of the game. I think before Kuma arrived into the game, this might be the hero that gave the highest amount of stats of any other hero. So first of all, you have the main skill giving 20% HP, okay? For last 5 seconds, you know how Cavalry fights are. You charge in, cast your skills, you proc that HP on your march, you cast another cycle of your rage, then you retreat, then you re-engage because you're on yielding rush cooldown. Like, you pretty much have this all the time up. Okay, so 20% there, then you have here 30%, so we're already looking at 50% stats on this hero alone. But then you get to the 4th march, like, this is actually crazy. Yes, it's RNG based. If you get the attack and defense bonus, that's the best you can get. 60% of stats, because it's 30% attack and 30% defense bonus. So we're already looking at 60, 90, 110% stats used from this hero. Like, that's crazy. If you get rich accumulation speed bonus, that's still nice. It's more damage output at the end. If you get the healing factor, you're kinda cooked dead, but RNG, but still, like, you're like this. Like, we're looking at 110% of stats extra, and then with this one you get 10% more HP, 120% of stats on one hero that you can get, and guaranteed you're having 30 from the awakening and 60% of stats. Like, for me, Bakshi, like, even if new commanders come in, if you get like something like a Moroc, like an Emeris, that's how he works the best. You have like high hitting, low stats marches, okay, that don't really give you that tankiness, that HP. It's just raw damage heroes. Like, those two heroes give you all damage and attack. Pretty much that's it. No defensiveness. You can always lap a Bakshi, get HP, reduce the damage taken, increase defense and attack, more damage and more defense, get more HP. Look, maybe I'm a simp for Bakshi, but I really like him, to be honest. So yeah, for now, Bakshi, I'm... Okay, maybe not above Neya, though. Yeah, I think that might be a bit of a stretch. I'm gonna place them like this, okay? Look, some people use Theya. I don't know why they use Theya in Cavalry. Like, horrible. Like, whenever I see an Emery's Theya, I'm like, free merits. It does nothing for you, for real. Like, the shield is gone in a second when you're hitting it. It doesn't really add damage to your march. Sure, it increases a bit your tankiness with the shield, but it barely stops anything. You get some extra attack from it, you get some extra skill damage, but it doesn't outweigh 2 Cavalry heroes just smacking you with 1.5k damage factor each turn. Like, I'd rather use Bahorn than Theya on my caps, to be honest. Alistair, I'm gonna rank it at A. behind those ones. Yes, I think Mushang is better than Alistair. Probably I should try my, like right now I'm running Moroc Alistair. I should probably test Moroc Mushang if my current Mushang outweighs that Alistair, to be honest. But yeah, Alistair I consider it better than Murdoch. AoE damage, like the fourth skill is kinda crazy, to be honest. Like what it gives feels like a legendary tier 1. Really important on the main skill, reduction of counterattack damage taken. So if you're hitting archers with high counterattack damage, for example, a Huskinner or anything like that, Alistair will help you reduce that amount of damage. Another hero, Husk, still better than Thea, but really bad for Cavalry in my opinion. Husk is just a stat buffer and like normal / counterattack damage buffer. You don't care about that with Cavalry. With Cavalry, all you care is go in, hit super hard with the skills and pull back. Okay, that's about it. I feel Husk gives more valiant PvP the longer the fight goes, so that's a no for me. Mogro. I'd probably put Mogro. Between Alistair, I'm gonna put him there. Like, you don't really get much stats, it's just an HP debuff with some AoE damage. I think Alistair with the stats kinda outweighs that. Same with Kuma. I'm gonna put him behind Mogro actually, I think. I don't know. Between those two, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know about this one. But yeah, that will be my tier list for Cavalry. I think I'm missing no one. So yeah, catch you in the next one.